Hello Bobcats and welcome to another episode of The Sage. I'm Makoa Bryson.
And I'm Jake Nipper. We've got a wide variety of topics to cover for you today, so let's get started.
Good morning, Sage Creek Bobcats. Please, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart and ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please, have a seat.
After the tragic shooting in Parkland, Florida, the safety of students and staff has been a hot-button topic on and off campus.
Chris Kathman and Brady Caskey gathered some information about school safety procedures in a case of an emergency on our campus.
In the wake of the recent tragedy in Parkland, Florida, students, parents, and teachers across the country have turned their focus to safety while on school campuses. Seeing as we are one of over 1,300 high schools in California, we wanted to see what our community at Sage Creek thinks of proposed solutions.
Sadness and empathy for the victims and their families. Mostly felt very sad that this has happened again, and that and a little bit of worry that it will continue to happen.
We've got to look at it a lot of different angles to cure the problem. Legislation's part of it. Mental health is a huge part. And I'll be honest with you, when you look at some of the school shootings, the bottom line, the kids felt alienated. If people treated each other, if you go out and you see somebody sitting by themselves at lunch, invite them over. Be a friend. You know, that goes more than anything else. More legislation. If we did that, it would make a big difference.
Junior Sophia Parks is a newly appointed member of Sage Creek's Student Senate. I asked Sophia how she thinks students are feeling right now about school security.
Honestly, I'm a little confused because I think that's one of the biggest issues and concerns that a lot of Sage Creek students are talking about. I've heard a lot about that, especially as a school senator. I've heard a lot of people talking about that, about like what we do in the case of an evacuation, especially because there's some talk about the evacuation processes changing.
Now, I had the opportunity to get an audio interview with Mr. Schuweiler, where he laid out what the Carlsbad Unified School District and Sage Creek are doing in response to recent events.
We have definitely done some assessment, some reevaluation of our comprehensive safety plan. The good thing about Sage Creek is that we have an up-to-date comprehensive safety plan. It is something that we look at consistently. Sage Creek is a safe place. I would also say that we've heard the feedback from the students in regards to wanting more training and more drills, and that's something we're working with the district office and our own team here to be able to deliver to our students. We want to make sure that our students feel comfortable, they feel safe, and that they feel prepared. That's the biggest thing for me. I want our students to make sure they feel prepared in any crisis or emergency situation, that they know what to do. And the best way to do that is to practice it and train for it. So that is something our team is really looking forward to, is rolling out some additional trainings and preparing our students the right way.
Thanks for the important information, Chris and Brady.
Next up is a recap on last week's Footloose performance by the Sage Creek Drama Department.
We have Sophia Moss-Amand on the scene with everything you need to know about the event.
Last week, Sage Creek had its winter musical Footloose, held at Carlsbad High School. They sold an approximation of 1,300 tickets over the 4 shows. Friday and Saturday night's performances sold out. The funds will go towards future productions such as The Magic in the Soul, which took place at the Dove Library on March 1st, and The Birds and the Frogs on May 24th through 26th at Carlsbad High School.
I wasn't able to make it, but it looked like a great show.
The drama department never disappoints.
Let's send it over to sports and announcements with Declan Finn.
Alright, good morning Sage Creek students, this is Declan Finn here to give you the Sage announcements for this upcoming week. Boys soccer won CIF semifinals this past Wednesday night, 1-0 against Vista. They will now play in La Jolla against Central. League games for spring sports will be starting this next week, so check out the Sage Creek Sports Center under the Sports tab on our website for game times. Finals start on Tuesday next week, and we have a trimester break next Friday, so no school. For all students taking AP courses, the exam registration date is due by March 8th. It is $113 per exam. Seniors, there are very few opportunities to catch up on your volunteer hours. VIP soccer buddies are needed throughout March 14th to April 29th. There's more information on the Sage Creek homepage for this. March 13th, there will be a student live music festival in the SEHS gym at 4:30. If you need volunteer hours, contact Paige Loeffler. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased at lunch. This has been the sports announcements with Declan Finn. Now, back to the anchors.
Make sure to support your Bobcats by showing up to all of our games.
Remember, we have all scores and schedules on thesagenews.com.
Wednesday night was the Project Lead the Way Engineering Showcase, where engineering students had the opportunity to showcase their inventions they created in class.
Sam Kane and Justin Mildenberger have all the information you need.
On Wednesday night, four-year engineering students presented their final projects to their teacher, Mr. Feeberg, and to a panel of Carlsbad's engineers. We talked to Carter Peterson about his journey through his project.
We first started out with, I think, 15 problems, each one of us, so a total of 45 or 60 problems, I believe it was. After careful consideration, we went with the one that we believe could have the most amount of solutions and also be able to be the most cost efficient to us.
We also talked to Chloe Cardy, who told us about her project and her possible future in engineering.
Our project is an aftermarket blind spot monitor that's geared towards cars that don't have a blind spot monitor, and also it's easier for consumers to install it rather than having a professional. This product definitely showed me that I wanted to go into engineering.
I think the EDD class is how education should be in the 21st century, in which a student gets a problem and has to create a solution. And I think the experience of going through the design process and creating a solution to a well-defined problem will serve our students for years and years to come, because that's really what happens in engineering firms and businesses trying to solve needs and problems to the marketplace and in society.
Thanks, Sam and Justin. Now someone just needs to invent a robot that'll do my homework for me.
As you know, finals week is just around the corner.
Get Becky and David Flossman, talk to some of our teachers here at Sage to gather some tips to get through the finals week.
With finals next week, David and I went class to class to ask teachers their tips and tricks to succeeding these final exams.
Well, I think a lot of teachers probably have some things posted on School Loop. I know I do. There's probably review guides and PowerPoints. I know I put Jeopardy games and things like that. And talking to your teacher, I think, would be the best way to see what they particularly have online.
Prepare early and prepare as much as possible, but then the day of, all you can do is really eat a good breakfast, relax, and just do your best.
I think the best way for students to prepare for finals is to study, review the material that your teacher gives you, and be confident.
You guys, at this point, your only hope is osmosis. Sleep with your notes under your pillow and hope for the best.
There you have it.
Thanks, Gabe and David. Now I feel ready for finals.
You needed it.
Thank you. Don't forget to download the Sage News app and turn on push notifications to get daily updates of everything going on around campus.
And make sure to go to thesagenews.com for all of our stories.
Thanks for watching. This has been Jake Nipper
and Makoa Bryson, reporting for
The Sage.